Hello again, everyone. You did read that correctly. This is a redo of this review. I do not feel it was correct. I have samples that I had prior to this review and after it, and they were all excellent. I blame my palate for the initial review, so we're going to get it right today. It's important to point out nobody asked me to do this, but I believe in being accurate. I take these reviews serious. So here is the corrected review. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today I'm reviewing a new cigar from Foundation Cigar Company in conjunction or collaboration with George Carnarvon, the 8th Earl of Carnarvon and the owner of the famed Highclere Castle Estate. This is the Highclere Castle Victorian. It is a Toro 6x52. There is the density. Nice looking reddish brown wrapper. Really pretty wrapper. Well made. These are made in the AJ Fernandez factory, so I would expect nothing less than well made. Now this blend, this is the second offering from Highclere Castle, by the way. This particular blend uses a high priming Habano Ecuadorian wrapper over Brazilian Mata Fina binder and Nicaraguan fillers of Corojo and Criollo from Jalapa, Esteli, and Ometepe. Available in 5 sizes: Churchill, Toro, Corona, Robusto, and Petite Corona in 20 count boxes. But today's choice is the Toro 6x52. Plenty of information on the blog about the background and what have you. At this point, I would like to say a huge thanks to the Highclere Castle people for sending me the videos and pictures you've seen so far. So at any rate, let's get right to it. The new Highclere Castle Victorian Toro. All right, we've got a nice dome there to deal with and dome cap. So let's take off just a little. All right, good draw. Very good test draw. All right. Well, almost right away, you get a very nice citrus cedar combination. There is some light leather, you will notice, a very worn leather. It's quite a bit of cinnamon and some brown sugar and some caramel. There is a black coffee base that is not really intrusive, but it's there. One thing you'll notice also is quite a bit of black pepper. Black pepper I would rate initially at around 8, and it's very, believe it or not, it's a very smooth black pepper. It's not something that just pops in your face and gets there. It's there in abundance, but it doesn't really get in the way. It's very nice. It's a very sweet start. Let's see how it develops. Well, here we are at the first third. Look, to see it's burning fairly evenly, very evenly. And look at the ash, how white. Very tight looking too. But you've got a lot of citrus and cedar, brown sugar, a lot of cinnamon. The leather is up now. The nutmeg is actually not up. It's not intrusive, but it just acts as a bridge, and a nice black coffee base. Oh, and the caramel in there gives it sweetness too. The caramel gives it a very high pitched sweetness. The cigar is high grade, medium bodied. I'm expecting it to move up. The finish is some light caramel and a lot of nutmeg and light leather with nice lingering black pepper. Black pepper remains very good in this cigar. The cigar is just real good and it's very sweet. But the leather gives it some lower level notes that are very noticeable. The coffee is there, the nutmeg is there, but they're not as noticeable as the leather. But again, it's a worn leather. And you know what I mean by that if you've ever chewed on your baseball glove. That's my example. First third, I'd rate it 95. It's just so sweet, so nice with that thick leather. It's a very good cigar. Lots of sweetness, lots of leather, lots of dark notes. Very good. So let's see what the second third brings. Well, we're here at the end of the second third. Still burning nicely. You can even still see the shininess of the oiliness of the wrapper. Even now, you still got a lot of a nice sweet citrus. It's really pronounced. It is matched by that leather, and now the coffee is risen too. You still get plenty of brown sugar and that caramel sweetness. Cinnamon is very tingly, as is the pepper. We're right at full bodied now, right at it. I'll call it full bodied. It's a low grade full body at this point, and it's just moving up. The finish is unchanged. This is just a good cigar. There's plenty of sweetness, plenty of dark notes. It's actually very close to balanced. It's very enjoyable. A very high pitched sweetness with the citrus and the caramel and all that tingly cinnamon. You normally don't get as much as you do in this cigar. But I'm not changing the score. It's still so enjoyable. You just got to let the smoke rest and let it go, and you get all these nice flavors, and they're really good. 95, second third. Very good. Very good. And we're getting plenty of power now. So let's see how we stack up in the final third. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. One thing happened in the final third that I didn't really expect, and it didn't really break the deal, but it's worth noting. The leather actually decreased some. It's not as noticeable. The sweetness is still plenty noticeable. There's plenty of citrus and touch of cedar, plenty of cinnamon, plenty of brown sugar and caramel, and the coffee is up, but the leather slightly decreased. Very full bodied. The finish is pretty much unchanged. This is the first review in over 780 documented on YouTube that I have redone because I wasn't satisfied with it. It was warranted because the samples I had before the first review and the samples I had after were so good and so much better. Something I did during the first review was off. I admit it, and I'm correcting it. But a final third, because the leather notes decreased, I'm going to be critical and drop it to 94. Not a big change. Very full bodied, and you will feel it. Very good cigar. Lots of nice sweetness. Love the flavors. Love it. Your overall score, 94.67. Light years better than the initial review, which by the time this is posted, the initial review is no more. You won't find it. Again, I would like to thank the folks at Highclere Castle for sending me the videos and pictures to use. I knew this cigar was better than the initial review. In fact, to prove it, this is a box that I purchased since the first review. I knew I was off and I wanted to prove it to you and to make it right. Very good cigar. So there you have it. The Highclere Castle Victorian, 94.67.